Hello there, SnowsongWolf with another quick video to show you. I'm in Minecraft, but this video actually has to do with Dungeons & Dragons. So, we just started a new campaign. We're level 2 characters, and some of us rolled and then re-rolled and then re-rolled characters because we decided we didn't like our characters, or we didn't like our stats, or we had really bad numbers, which led me to wonder what the percentage is of pulling any single ability score in Dungeons & Dragons. So the first thing I should explain is that my system obviously is not done running, but at this point the numbers are changing so little that this is pretty final. Now secondly, what I need to mention is that we're using a rolling rule, where if you're not familiar with this, you take a regular 6-sided die. Okay, all the Dungeons & Dragons and gamers just got really pissed off at me for saying regular. A D6 for you. I am one of you. I apologize, I promise. I use the crystal die, you know, the ones that are not sanded down so that they're not skewed. Anyway, you use a d6, and you roll. It's best to roll 4 of these, or you can just roll one of them 4 times. Either way, you take the lowest score out of that 4 and you throw it out, and you add the other 3 numbers together to get your average. So the lowest score you can get is 3, the highest is 18. But as you notice, this bell curve that we're generating is not centered over the middle. It should be somewhere in the 10-11 area otherwise. But it's because you always throw out the lowest score. So, anyway, it's showing that the most common score you can get is 13, but that's almost neck and neck with a 12 and a 14. It moves on from there. You're almost never going to see a score of 3. For one thing, for a score of 3, you actually have to roll 4 ones, because anything else higher than a 1 gets added to the score and you drop one of the ones. Getting an 18 is not as hard. You have to roll 3 6s and 1 die has to be anything else. So that's why you get the score closer like this. But let me tell you, I was just rolling out some sets today, and you do this 6 times to get your numbers, then you put them wherever you want. At least that's the way we do it. That's the way most people do it. Some people do it the hardcore way, which is you're rolling. Now I'm rolling strength, roll. Now I'm rolling charisma, roll. Generally wouldn't do it in that order, but anyway, I actually rolled a 4 while I was going through my stats. That's a 3 out of 1,000 chance. I am slightly less likely to be audited, but I did actually manage to roll a 4. A 4 is a 1 1 1 2 to get that. That's the only way you can get it. So anyway, why did I do this in Minecraft? Simplicity's sake. ComputerCraft is probably the easiest programming API I have access to at the moment. Now there's a creeper over there. I am in creative mode at the moment. Whee! I can fly! ComputerCraft was just easier than doing it in Java or Android or anything like that, because then I have to set up a programming environment and I have to set up outputs, and it was much easier on this. So I'm going to include a link to the paste bin of the code here, because I'm too lazy to do it anywhere else, and there's actually a command that'll upload it directly to pastebin. And as far as Dungeons & Dragons go, I was originally going to turn into a podcast, and our very first play session ended up being 6 hours of kind of boring. It was a lot of, how do we do this? How do we do that? There was some conversation or lack thereof. Excuse me. And it didn't end up being very interesting, especially not for any... I was originally going to do this as 1-hour podcasts, and I would do 6 of them in the week. And then it turned out, okay, that very first hour was absolutely nothing. So if I'm going to do anything, it's probably going to be a highlights reel, and maybe when we get later into the adventure where we're actually doing interesting things and fighting interesting things, maybe then I'll start doing full episodes. But for right now, it's going to be kind of a, here's the cool stuff that happens type thing. So anyway, like I said, look for the link below to the paste bin for the code for this. It assumes a monitor on top of your ComputerCraft computer. You need at least, I think it was 17 lines of space or 18 to do it, which is, 3 monitors high is enough. The width, if you make it at least 2 monitors wide, it'll work. It dynamically checks the size of the monitor to make these bars, but obviously you need enough room to start making the bars. So that's about it for now. My throat is a little bit sore, but I'm getting over that, and I will see you next time.